So let's get into the topic of the week. Now, this was a question that was presented by Miss Andrea, just Andrea down there. And it was inspired, Drea, right? If I'm not mistaken, by Tammy and Waka. But they not the only ones that we go through this type of thing where you're in a committed relationship or a marriage and you decide that it's just too much. And even though you still love and care about the person, you decide to part ways and walk away. And maybe that other
Yeah.
person is not in that space, but maybe they're the ones that's been doing the transgressions and whatnot, right? So our question
Right.
is, how much is too much when it comes to pain and transgressions and damage to the relationship? Like, when do you decide to just cut your losses and move on? What you think, Dre?
That's tough.
I would have been left Walker. I probably would kill this ass. So I'm done. Let me just go ahead and leave your ass and divorce and take your money. That's just my own thing.
This is my thing, but here's my thing with Tammy. She didn't got on the Instagram. I mean, whatever she got on, right? And talking about how it take a strong woman to forgive her man.
She was on that bullshit. She was on that bullshit, and I think
trying to make us look like we not strong because we leaving people who cheating on us. She's getting mad. She said basically it takes strength to stay with somebody after they cheated, which is not necessarily false, but it's just the point that she was promoting it as like, I'm gonna stick by my man through all these infidelities, and like, you women who can't, y'all weak.
Right. You think she was
lying? She was lying and wanted us to believe that bullshit. But I see right through that bullshit. You want to be dumb. You want to be dumb and allow him to keep cheating on. But I think she stayed more for. I think she stayed more for Charlie, her daughter, because Walker is her father and her Charlie's biological father in her life. So I think and Tammy didn't have her father in her life, so it was trauma. So I think that's why she stayed a little more.
Yeah, for sure.
That bullshit.
I do like the way Waka treated Charlie.
Me too. And
he did treat her like that, but he's in that lifestyle where he was cheating on her before they got married. So I don't know what she thought was gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed to see that change before you go to the altar and commit to the person. So if you committing while he's cheating, then it's probably not gonna change. I mean, that's just that's the reality.
And she was trying to convince herself. Like I think when she was saying, like a lot of times when people talk about, how committed they are, that it's like they saying it out loud to the world, but I feel like she was saying it more to herself. Trying to convince herself that it was her strength and that she wasn't being stupid or she wasn't being naive or she wasn't overlooking things. She really wanted to believe, I think, that I'm strong enough to bear the weight of all this but I think she did it. It's not about how strong you are.
I personally feel like she did a disservice to women.
You said she what?
I personally feel like she did a disservice to women because Walker has cheated, and now you see in the show they be fighting up in the show. They be cussing each other out. They don't have no respect for each other. And she told the therapist that too. She was like, and she said I don't love him like I used to. Like she's angry. She's really angry. And that's why they ended up breaking up, because she's really angry and a little violent.
How much do you think COVID and them, like, because before COVID, he was just starting to be around more, right? In the season before, they bought that house. He was supposed to be being around more, but she was upset even then because he was still touring like a lot and doing a lot of stuff. And then once COVID had everything shut down, it's like, now you got to be with somebody 24/7. Like, now she got to live the life that the rest of us living out here.
Now she got to see it in her face. But then you see it in your face and you know it's happening and things like that. I mean, at the end of the day, there is no measure, right? Because infidelity happens in a lot of marriages and relationships, even when you're not famous. So People work through it, and I've seen relationships heal and get past it. Absolutely. But I think it depends on the reason that people cheat. I think it depends on the motive behind it. So, like, if you're cheating just because you have access to a group of women, you wealthy, you got access to a group of women, and they're giving it up easily, change. Unless you change professions. I can't really see that being like, if you don't know how to control yourself around this, this is your lifestyle, it's going to be women around, and you don't know how to kind of control your urges, you probably not going to. But like, some people cheat, out of loneliness, out of other reasons that sometimes you can fix in the relationships, and sometimes you can heal past it. So, I'm not saying just because somebody cheat, the relationship over. I'm saying that it depends on the reasons, and yeah. Waka, he ain't.
I do think sometimes Waka's like lack of respect for her.
Right.
Lack of respect for her as his wife. And then knowing that he got women on the road, he put and they on a vacation together. He was disrespectful in so many ways. So
yeah.
And then you wonder why she's acting attention to him, why she's so hostile towards him. And when she had to sit down with a therapist, and they showed a couple of scenes and how they was yelling at each other and everything. And I'm thinking, okay, so now I can see like the damage he done, and pretty much the damage that she done because she's more angry, and she even said, I don't love him like the way I used to love him. Yeah. I think she don't even see the man that she fell in love with. She see a cheater, she see somebody betray her, and so that makes you more angry too.
Yeah,
agreed. No,
do you think she's financially tied to him though? I think that's part of her motive, because I think that she doesn't have financial independence, and when you don't, you tend to tolerate a little bit more.
Yes.
Yeah, you do. No,
because I goes to that private. Charlie was going to that private school she was going to, and she didn't really have to work. She really didn't have to do anything. So, now she going back into the studio. Now she's going back into working, but she should have been working all along.
Right.
Well, she does have a clothing line. She does have her own resort line. She now has a storefront, a boutique, and she also has a swimsuit line. So she has some things going on, but I think though that it still does matter, because maybe maybe she won't be able to have the height of the lifestyle that she has been accustomed to. But probably because Waka still does love her and care about her, and I think that when we talk about the question, I was sitting here thinking about the things you guys were saying, and I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, probably the time to cut your losses is before you get so angry that you can no longer find common ground anymore.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be I don't want to not care about a person that I used to care about, or that I was in a long-term relationship with, because like, love doesn't disappear. Right. But I don't want to stay so long that you start to like have hatred, which is the complete opposite of that for the person. Like, it's time to get out when you feel yourself.
That's miserable, ain't they? They gotta be miserable. You both hate each other. Y'all just in the house.
It's just not. It's just not Tammy. It's just not Tammy and
Charlie
Walker. It's Charlie. Charlie acting like this is inconsistent relationship. Charlie don't. She gonna find a dysfunctional relationship because Tammy and Walker is dysfunctional. Yeah. And then they're already arguing about how to be co-parenting because Charlie was at a house party and was shut up. And Walker, Tammy didn't even tell Walker. Walker's friend told Walker. Wow. And he was mad. He was like, what? So like he said in the show, she ain't co-parenting with me, right? So it's like, and then, so what's the point then?
Yeah.
Right.
It's time to cut. It's time to cut the law. I feel like, at some point you got to realize this isn't working. He's not going to give me the type of relationship I want and desire. She's not going to get that relationship that she's asking him for. He's not ready at this moment. He can't give it to her right now.
He's not ready to settle down with one woman.
No, he's not.
Right. No, I think he's in love with
Hey,
his career.
Jen.
Hey,
Mhm.
Jen. I think he's in love with his career, definitely.
Yeah.
And I do think that the time to go is before, especially when you have children, because you still gonna have to co-parent
Right.
and see each other and be around each other. And how do you do that when you've grown to have such disdain for somebody? It's like it doesn't feel natural to leave when you still care about somebody, but sometimes that is the most caring thing that you can do, is
Yeah.
cut your losses and go ahead and move on.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with y'all. You hit the nail on the nail. I mean, there's no way
Yeah.
she should still be trying to make that
Like
relationship
that,
work.
make it work. Like what?
Yeah.
So I guess she weak like some of us, huh? Because she sure called us weak for leaving men who cheat on us. I mean,
Right.
girl, bye. I almost didn't feel sorry for her because I was like, you know what?
I didn't pay attention. One word she said, because I was like, okay, if you think that shit is cool, I like it, okay? Because if you think he's gonna continue to do it, he's continuing to show you show videos of women, and it's so he was just so disrespectful at the highest level.
Right. Think about lyric and what's her guy name?
Lyrica, and
Lyrica.
A1.
Yes, and
A1.
A1. But at least Lyrica be like, I'm gonna do my thing too. I think Tammy just kind of, she ain't been with nobody else but Waka from the beginning. You know, Lyrica be like, look, okay, you want to go out? I'm gonna have fun too. I'm gonna go date
I'm
somebody
outside too. Yeah,
like
Lyrica
they
be like,
both,
I'm outside too.
but it's time for them to like let it go. Just learn how to co-parent. Because y'all just keep on playing this tit for tat game.
That's why Charlie,
and work on the friendship.
With Charlie, conversation with Charlie. Charlie said, she said, is it okay that me and Daddy not together? She was like, y'all been doing that shit. Like, what's new?
Right.
Like, are you dumb? Like, I'm like, Tammy, are you dumb? She's like, y'all been doing in and out. You broken up, you're back together. It's like there's no consistency, and then you wonder why Charlie is inconsistent in her thinking and stuff. Because her mama is inconsistent in the relationship. It's not good for Charlie. She's a young girl impression either.
Did she think her daughter didn't notice something? I mean,
she said, you're not upset. He's like, y'all been doing this.
Right. Why would I be upset? One minute you leaving, 1 minute we staying, next minute we leaving and we staying. Like what? I need you to figure out what you gonna do.
Right.
And usually that's how it is though. The kids be over it before the adults do.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like Tawana said, you know, maybe she stayed too, you know, for Charlie, because I remember they moved to that neighborhood the previous season and all of that, like Andrea said, so she could go to that private school and, you know, and all that type of stuff. But it's like, here we are, and it's time to just cut your losses and work on the friendship.
So do they got a new season coming out or what?
It's on right now. It's the third episode.
Yeah,
that's how Walker found out about Charlotte was at a party and was shut up. And he was like, what?
Okay, so this is a new season. I didn't know that the new season was out.
This is a new season, and this is why Tammy was at the therapist saying he have done too much. I'm over it. And he have done too much in the relationship. She said her self-esteem was low. I think that's why she's been working on her body. I believe she got a BL. I believe she did more work on her body because she thought that he would stop cheating. If she fixed herself up.
Right.
And I do believe that's why she didn't want to have no kids with him either.
Right.
Okay.
He wanted kids.
I think that too.
He wanted kids.
That was always weird to me that they didn't have kids. I'm like,
he didn't want no kids because he had cheating tendencies. And stop lying, because she's lying. He has cheating tendencies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's called cheating tendencies now.
It's called cheating tendencies. Yes, they do come on. They 3 episodes in so far, and it airs on Thursday nights on WeTV at 6 Pacific time. So yeah, y'all tune in to Tammy and Waka. I'm gonna have to tune in too. Andrea was telling me about it, and I hadn't watched like some of the first 2 episodes or whatever, but I'm gonna have to watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I gotta watch it.
His brother. He don't move back in with his brother too. He's like, I'm not used to being a bachelor. Yeah, you gotta do some work now. That's
cool. Couch surfing. What?
Yeah, he said. His brother said, "How we like living with me?" He was like, "I'm not used to being a bachelor. That means I'm not used to doing shit." Okay,
right,
right. For myself, I'm not used to doing nothing for myself.
And you probably ain't got enough money to hire no help, so you need to just learn how to do it yourself. I mean, he got some money, but he ain't put out a hit in a long time. So,
Right.
But he have invested well. He have invested well.
Yeah, he have. I mean, you know, and I know his mom loved Tammy, so I wonder how she feels.
She's not really happy. This is going down. Remember,
I know she's not.
She wanted
loved Tammy.
She did. Yeah. She wanted grandkids, but I think that's a major reason why she didn't have no kids with him.
He gonna meet some other woman and he gonna get her pregnant. You know that.
For real.
So we definitely think you should cut your losses before you're not friends anymore, especially if you have children. Cut your losses pre-hatred. Because if you wait,
if I say he got cheating tendencies.
If that applies to you, Andrea don't want no parts.
Right.
Tendencies.